First of all, just want to say thanks all you guys for coming through and being here tonight. Like we said, we've really been looking forward to this AMA with you guys. It's been maybe a little bit overdue, but we really wanted to just really accentuate having a lot to talk about. And obviously the gym build for us and starting that process and organizing the gym has been the biggest kind of factor to kind of base the AMA around. So like these last few months, a lot of things have just been a bit of a waiting game, just with the clothing and all that kind of stuff. But we're really getting to, the good times now where we're so freaking close, guys. I believe we're, like maybe 3 weeks away from the clothing all happening. So, tonight we're just going to run through everything and let you guys ask any questions and everything like that at the end. But we're hoping to kind of really answer most of you guys' questions just by giving you some solid updates on the collection and everything that we're doing behind the scenes. These last 2 weeks have been crazy. We hit the 8,000 minted, I think it was last Friday, so less than a week ago. We've had a lot of like wheels and stuff going in between that with the weekly giveaways. And then in terms of what myself and Miz and we've all been organizing with the actual gym startup and everything, and then a few clothing things as well. We're really trying to build for the clothing line things in February next year and stuff like that. So we're a bit ahead on the drops and kind of really just putting in the work now to get things all just pumping smoothly, so that as soon as this all drops, it feels like it's all happening a lot quicker. There's always something to show you guys every week or every 2 weeks. And it's just been a few months of working to kind of get that ball rolling, but we're kind of finally here at this point now, so very excited about it. But Miz, I'll let you start with the clothing line and take us through the expected stuff there.
Yeah, so clothing's obviously been a huge focus as we just wait to get this first shipment landed. But what we're looking at, so I'll just give you guys the dates, and these are the dates we got, and this is just so you've got an expectation. So we're looking at the stock landing 8th to the 10th of August, and then from there, and it seems to be all on time. There's been no updates that it's behind schedule or anything. And then from there, it's roughly a week to dispatch. So that can vary just based on what the unloading time is like from the ship, and then processing that and getting it shipped to fulfillment, and then them going through it and I guess getting it out to you guys, which that process in itself, once they get it, is between 2 to 4 days. So like Freezy said, best case scenario, we're looking at we'll actually have the gear in the next 3 weeks, and then it's literally just getting it shipped out to you guys. So yeah, still on for mid-August, which is really cool. And that's kind of the thing that we've been waiting for. That's our next big push. And that's when we can really fire up our just traditional ads marketing in that sense, and then also getting some influencers on board, which is what we're working on now, putting some packages together that we can actually approach. And we've been building relationships with a couple of guys as well. So hopefully we can get some good guys on board and start getting some new eyes on the collection. And then obviously if we can bring people into that clothing side, then they kind of see the NFT side of it, but they're coming in from the real world, the real utility, rather than coming in the NFT side. So we just need to gear the website so that they can see that, see the benefits of the NFT. So something we've been looking at is actually buying a bro through the website, adding it to your cart. So it wouldn't actually mint it for you, but there's a way we can hopefully there's a way we can do that. We're confident we can. It's probably more just what our back end looks like in terms of manual processing that we need to work out, but that's going to be really cool, and we think that's going to just make it really accessible to people that we are able to bring to the website. So that's kind of what's happening there. But in addition to that, we've been working on some new drops. So do you want to go through that, Freezy? Just I don't know, because I'll let you talk about that, because I'm not sure how much we want to save for the release time, right? So
yeah, for sure. What we've been working on, guys, so basically when all our clothes, they should be on the dates that we have, they should start getting sent out around the 16th of August, which is really cool news. So everyone who's ordered with express shipping, that'll all get sent first, and then your standard shipping will be sent as a second priority. And then in regards to like our drops, like we really want to keep things flowing, and we don't want it to be like ages before the next drop. So what we've actually done, we've actually ordered and created some extra products which we're going to be dropping probably once every 3 weeks after the initial order comes in. So about 2 to 3 weeks after, we're going to be actually dropping a new set of something, and then 2 to 3 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that, we're going to be dropping a new colorway in the oversized tees and shorts. And then 3 weeks after that, we're going to be dropping 3 new colorways in the training tanks. And then 3 weeks after that, we're going to be doing another massive drop, which is like a big one like this. So very, very, very excited for that. Like our goal with the clothing line is really to just have so many good staple and quality products just consistently in stock. Stuff that's not really coming in and out of fashion real quick. We're just really trying to nail those basics. And then like we've got, with the new drop we're doing, gonna have some cool like vintage pieces and stuff. I'll say that. So when I say the new drop, I'm talking about like the big one down in November. But again, we could even be seeing some of that stuff sooner. But yeah, like we're aiming to consistently drop every 3 weeks, just for the next, between now and the end of the year. So that's really, really cool.
It's like we have our basics that are always in stock, and then we can just like, drop these new things that'll sell out, and that'll just like be the end of them. They won't really come back into stock at all. So it's kind of going to be like, and it's nice for like marketing too, right? Because you can do like a new like push, and just a new like ad campaign every time you drop something new and try and sell it out.
Yeah, 100%. So we believe, guys, the clothing is going to be huge for really getting these NFTs sold into new people's hands, which is why we're going to be using some more traditional advertising methods with influencers and actually running Facebook ads and Instagram ads. We were looking at doing it for the NFTs, but just compared to where the market was at, compared to if we're doing NFT adverts around like January, December, the market just changed so quick on us. Since then, we're just kind of like we'd be just pissing money down the drain if we put ad spend behind trying to sell people on an NFT. So like our whole thing is we're the first like fitness community in this NFT space. We really want to get new people in here that are actually into fitness, as opposed to more so NFTs, to be in our community, because that's what we think is really going to be, take us to the top and be such a solid collection. So really excited for the clothing to get all that kind of happening. And then it feels like we've been organizing a fair few other things. So I guess that in terms of the clothing, that's kind of how things are looking there.
Probably just to mention too, the free drop.
Good idea.
Yeah, that will be at the back end of the year. I mean, the thing is with the free drop, we literally got to start organising it now because of like the production and that, and the turnaround time to get it shipped. So that'll probably be done like, and you guys will obviously see how some of that goes with each of like the tier items and that. So that's probably going to be happening and need to be done like by the end of August, in order for us to kind of get that, late November, early December.
Yeah. What we're trying to work on, guys, is basically getting like a pre-registration for your free claim on certain dates each year, and then for you guys to sign off on your sizes in a database. So we've got your basically your order, and then we'll have the stock on hand for the actual ability to claim, a few months after that, so that each time it's not like we're doing a new drop and you got to wait, like order all the new stuff that we're dropping and then wait like 3 months for that. Like, but you'll do the free claim 3 months before we've got a big new drop coming, and then all the stock will come at once at that point.
Yeah, that's right. So there won't be any more waiting, basically, other than the pre-register.
It's like technically a wait, but it's more a pre-register and just getting your sizes all sussed, and we think as well that's just a good way to build the database too of our community. So we've got like, it's easy to contact everyone as well. With like these free claims are really, again, like such a good way to just keep people active, and so many people like have dropped off Discord or Instagram or whatever since the NFT kind of hype died down. Our goal is for these free drops to really just keep people paying attention to Gym Bros on these key dates twice a year. You know, like we've got so like all you guys here listening now, you're engaged community members. But again, like the free drops for a lot of people is that thing that kind of keeps them coming back in and kind of promotes them sticking around more. And yeah, so we really want to make it just like that thing where everyone knows, oh yeah, on this date every year I get to make my claim. And then 12 weeks later, you'll be able to actually claim it off the website, and then there'll be a whole new range as well, which you can add to your card and everything like that. So, and again, because like with the longevity of this whole thing, the gym, the clothing, and everything, like we need this to be lasting, 20 to 50 years. What like our model of what we're doing. So essentially, it's like any margins on what people add to their cart kind of cover that free item as well, like because we're going to be consistently doing this for years, twice a year, for like at least 1,000 people. So and I think it's only going to get bigger the more our clothing brand grows, and the more people, like we've seen a few people have missed out on the free claim, so they're kind of paying more attention for that next one. We always see in Discord people come in and say, oh, what's up with the free claim, and like they completely missed it. So we think people will get really like start to know exactly when those dates are. And again, like, the more people are aware of that, it just strengthens like our brands here and everything else that we're doing. So, and again, clothing's just one thing, you guys know we've got so much shit going on. So, I'll put it back to you, Miz.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a pretty good wrap on what's happening with the clothing side of things. But actually, the next thing though is the women's range. So we've actually started working on that. We're meeting next week on Tuesday to actually go through and actually finalize, what our range looks like and actually get some samples in. So that's super exciting. So with the women's stuff, it's kind of like we want to get it right because we're trying to do something unique. We've got Jem and Nads obviously on board, kind of leading that because we don't want to be like those guys who just make women's clothes, like and think they know what they're doing,
Yeah,
So we're trying to, and we've got because we got like that kind of like middleman between us and like the manufacturer, they can obviously help us, and they've done some really good ranges as well for some like top brands. So it's really good to have that that person in the middle who's able to guide us and give us some some good like guidance, I guess, in styles and what people are looking for. So but that's going to take a little bit of time. So we're kind of thinking by the time we go back and forth with some samples, because we're actually trying to do something different, which I think is going to take a few back and forwards to get right, but we'll see. And then by the time you do bulk order and get it shipped and delivered, we're probably looking at launching that January. So that's literally exactly 6 months from now. So it gives us lots of time to get it right. If it can happen quicker, that'll obviously be awesome. But you're looking at least 3 months just for manufacturing and shipping. So that would mean in the next 3 months we need to get everything down pat, perfect, done, and then get the order in, for that to happen in January, which we think is very achievable. So So
and another thing as well, like if anyone's like, "Whoa, what the hell, January?" It's like for us, the building this is kind of like it's taking second priority to our actual Gym Bros, like the male range, because that's where our whole community is, like the majority. And then like we haven't even sold out yet to when we're going to drop the queens as well. So again, like our priorities right now, gym, and there's a new utility that we're working on. So there's going to be a shit ton of things happening between now and January that it's not even going to like feel like there's a big wait or anything for that. So I think it's going to feel quite right on the timing when that time comes around. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, well, that's a good little segue, bro, because we're going into the new utility right now.
Yeah, and we're actually real quick before that again, like without build that up. So the more we can do with Gym Bros and value and everything we can show you guys that we're doing here with the Gym Bros and what the NFTs of Gym Bros have the utility for, that's kind of like a start of showing, whoa, there's so much value here, and they're dropping another NFT, which is, the Gym Queens. And we don't like our biggest thing. We don't want you guys to have worthless like gym queen NFTs. We want there to be utility and benefit to that, and we want to have a female community behind that as well. Like until we actually have built a female community there, like there's all us core Gymbro people who are like, in it and keen on the art and everything. But we definitely really want to grow to a female audience and provide that value there. And we think the clothing is going to be, really good at doing that. So we're in terms of the clothing range too, like we've been working and designing stuff that's not in the market. So we really do have a point of difference so that we can actually build a strong female brand. We don't want to just drop like something, a lot of just products that basically are pretty generic and already exist. We kind of want to, do the main products, but have some point of differences. So yeah, that's again why we're just estimating it's going to be a bit longer with samples and back and forths, as opposed to the menswear, which pretty much like we're bang on with our first samples, So yeah, that's a bit of explanation there, guys. But I think it's going to feel perfect with the timing when it does all happen. But yeah, in the meantime as well, yeah, we got a new utility which we're officially announcing tonight, which we're very, very excited about. So Miz, I'll let you take away with that one.
Sure, you don't want to do it, bro.
All right, well,
you're the hype man.
Let's go, boys. So yeah, we're actually we're pretty excited, guys. We're going to be dropping some GYMBROs subs. So yeah, this was something that, like, again, with an NFT collection, with what we've got, there's always so many ideas and so many things we can do. But it just so happens that we've been organizing the gym, and with our contacts that we've got there, the guy who's actually doing a lot of our stuff for the gym and our floor plans and our equipment, he actually is really well connected in the industry. And yeah, so like, we used to be like, wow, we don't want to just take on too much, like subs is going to be such a big thing. He's actually probably one of the most knowledgeable and clued up guys that I've ever probably spoken to in my life, in terms of just everything he knows about the human body, ingredients, biochemistry, all that kind of stuff. And so we've been formulating some good products, and he's got all the contacts and connections for us to be able to do it. So again, it's just something that's come up, and it's been something we would have really liked to do, but now like it's all kind of lining up, and it's basically the barrier of entry for us to do it now with the contacts and networking that we've done. We can do it effectively, so feeling very confident to do that. So yeah, first of all, we're going to be dropping 2 products just to get things rolling. So we're going to be dropping a pre-workout, which is going to be just an incredible pump formula. So we want to drop a non-stim pre-workout. Like we all have enough like coffee and monsters and stuff when we need pickups, and I know for me, like I always find a lot of the pre-workouts I have, I really just rate the pump ingredients in them these days, like the citrulline and all that. But usually like the kind of like the beta alanine is always through the roof. The caffeine is through the roof. And it just like to kind of get the pump, I've found that I want personally, I just end up feeling itchy from all the beta alanine and stuff. So yeah, we've just been designing some good formulas with him, and yeah, we're going to be having that, which is really exciting. So we'll keep you guys fully up to date with all that. And then we're going to be dropping a nootropic as well, which is going to, again, just help with like concentration. Whether you use that for the gym, you stack it with the pre, and or if you're just studying at home, or you want to get a bit more focused, but you don't want like a caffeine hit. We've got some good stuff there that we're doing. So, and with all holders, you guys are obviously going to get a discount owning your GYMBROs. So again, it's just adding more utility for you guys. Instead of you guys dropping like $70 on a pre-workout or whatever it is, $70 to $80. We're hoping that you guys can, with the formula, we're still finalizing all the pricing, but we want you guys to consistently be able to basically get a product for about $45. So yeah, definitely keen for that. And the most exciting thing is that it's going to be completely GYMBROs branded. So you guys just wait to see what we're doing with that. Yeah, we've been discussing some ideas for the art and the just like the themes on that, and it's I think these are going to be some fucking just insanely cool products, and for us to like see it on actual subs is going to be just, I don't know, it's exciting for me, because I mean it should be for you guys too. Like, we're so passionate about the gym bros, the art, and everything that the NFTs represent. And even like we're going to get to talking about the gym soon, but like same with the gym, just theming it out in true Gym Bros NFT fashion, you know. So it's very exciting times ahead.
Yeah. Like super exciting. We like obviously we love the art. You know, that's like the one thing that we all have in common. So it's going to be really cool. Like we're super keen to see how this packaging comes out. But yeah, like Free said, so the pre-workout pump, non-stim, and then the nootropic. So the idea is, yeah, they're separated, the two products, or basically the two use cases, but obviously you can stack them together. So if you wanted your pump and your good focus at the gym, you can have them together. But if you're just doing something where, you know, you're not working out, but you really want to focus, whether it's just like some intense work or you're studying or something like that, you can actually have the nootropic because it's all natural kind of stuff. So you can just have the nootropic, and then they're both caffeine free. So that was kind of like a big thing for us because like Bree said, you know, you get a lot of caffeine from other sources. You know, if you're like someone who has caffeine in your pre-workout, you're most likely having, you know, coffees and stuff already. So I just feel like when you're having 500 plus milligrams of caffeine a day, like it's just like too much. So you can always get your caffeine from your coffee. You know, you can take like little caffeine pills if you want caffeine. You know, you can just have it with your pre-workout to add that in. But yeah, we thought just there is some caffeine-free products on the market, but like, you know, they're few and far between. So having like the stackable product that are both caffeine-free, yeah, we thought that's a good point of difference that people are really going to kind of gravitate to, you know, in time, if not already. So
Yeah,
super excited about that.
So.
And yeah, like Free said, the packaging, insane. Yeah. Can't wait. Like, because we obviously got like all of our mutations and stuff, and then they obviously like link up with different flavors and stuff too. So it's like, you know, there's so many options for us.
Yeah, definitely. So, and again, like, we know like a lot of you guys are into your pre's and stuff like that. So it's just like, it gives you the ability, instead of spending your, you know, your retail like 75, 80 bucks or whatever, you know, for you to just make a saving on something that you'll be buying already. And that's going to be completely Gym Bros branded too, and just like such a cool way. So, definitely, yeah, it's like so damn excited to add that onto we're probably going to just add it onto our main website, like with the clothing. So if you guys are ordering clothing, you can just add it in. But again, yeah, just some extra stuff, like, and I've said this so many times before, but I want to say it again publicly here in the AMA. You know, just with what we've got on our roadmap, we never even had subs in there. We're always trying to come up with things that are going to give more value to the community, and to the NFTs. So at the end of the day, like, our goal, you know, whilst the Gym Bros have been selling really well, you know, we've got so much stuff that we're doing, but we're not happy until the floor price of these things are through the roof, and that you guys are killing it as well, from having bought into the brands, having bought into the community, everything that we're doing and building here, everything that we represent. You know, that's the beautiful thing with NFTs, is that if you do it right, your team can be successful, and so can your whole community. Everyone that buys these NFTs and is essentially investing into the community. You know, you guys are here with your time, and you know, the belief that you spread the word to your friends, stuff like that. You know, we know there's no doubt in our minds that everyone here is going to be rewarded for that come whatever date in the future. We know you guys stack your bros too. Like, our goal is for these bros to be minimum worth $2,000 each, minimum, like, just on a ballpark figure, if not more. And you know, the more value we can tie to the NFTs, the more, again, people are going to see from the public as well, like, oh shit, like, they've got the clothing brand, and they've got subs now that you can add to your car on the website. Well, fuck, I was gonna buy like a EHP thing for like 80 bucks, but fuck, if I'm already own my Gym Bro, or if I get a Gym Bro and I'm buying these clothes anyway, now I can get these subs for cheaper. Like, it all just adds up, you know. But again, like, the subs isn't the end. We're always trying to think of new things that we can add in, and we will be continuously for the next, you know, however many years, always just adding new things in. new surprises. Even we've been discussing like new utilities for legendaries, potential unique utilities for mutations. So again, like we're always trying to like figure out what we can do, and um, there's going to be a lot of stuff you guys are going to be like, whoa, what the hell? That's crazy. And like, and the more stuff we do now and the more successful we can make everything, the more it allows us to be able to do that in the future. So, um, from my perspective right now, I just, before I let you jump in, Miz, I just want to say things are looking really good, guys. Things are all pumping very well to plan. And, I'm just so damn excited. And I know it's still just the beginning, you know?
And the thing is too, like, fitness community is huge, you know, worldwide. It's just massive.
You're cutting out, Miz. Your audio's gone shit.
Hey, how about now?
Yeah, you're good now, bro.
Beauty. Yeah, like, fitness community is so big. Like, there's just so many people that, you know, we can, over time, get in front of. There's a lot of ways that we can get the GYMBROs brand out there, and it just becomes easier as we have real life utility in place. You know, it's always hard to sell something, you know, on a promise. But as we get, you know, the clothing stocked, as we get subs, gym starts happening. You know, it gets really exciting, and then it's just easier, you know, to sell your brand to people. Because you've obviously got to, like I said, to sell something on a promise has been like really hard, especially just with like NFTs. So just bringing out this utility and actually having it, once we get it in place, it's just going to be huge for us in terms of bringing new people in and people actually being like, holy shit, like all I need to do is own a bro and I get all this stuff, which, you know, I buy clothes and I buy subs anyway.
Yeah, and again,
there's other stuff that we're thinking of bringing in too, which would be really useful for people that are into fitness, into the gym, into nutrition and stuff. So, but like, just like the subs were their thoughts at this time. But eventually, you know, once we have time or once the right connections are made, they're things that will eventually become real life utility.
Yeah, 100%. And again, like we've been listening to you guys in the community. We've seen you guys been talking about subs the last few months. And we actually were starting to make some moves on talking to some companies, but we were always kind of hesitant to do that because it just like the politics of it. If you're getting another brand involved, and it's like, you know, we don't have kind of control over that, or what happens if they, you know, they change their mind or just anything like that. So we do really want to keep everything in brand. And again, we like things just lined up for us to just get the connections now to be able to do this. So really fucking cool, and I believe it's going to be just another thing which adds to the value of the bros. But so that is
actually we should probably talk timeline. So it's actually been really good because basically, like Bree said, because of the connection, and because of his just his knowledge, and him actually having done this already, he can actually get it. I mean, we can really get it in place fairly quickly, but I think to give ourselves enough time to make sure we get it right, obviously to still focus on everything going on, we'd probably be looking for a late October, early November launch for the subs, which again isn't too far away because in a few days, in a week or so, we'll be into August. So kind of looking at a 3 to 4 month window to get the subs out.
Yeah. So it's pretty soon, I reckon. I got a good feeling. I think we're going to be more on that 3 month end. Don't quote me on that, but like, things are all the shit. Everything's lined up pretty much. Like, so we're just going in next week, just finalizing ingredients and stuff like that. So it's a very freaking cool there, right?
Yeah, it's amazing how it's come together. Because it's one of those things. It's like, man, subs, right? Like, there's so much involved, or like when you don't know about like how it's done, it's one of the things that, man, like, you're like, what do we even have to do? Like, you feel like it's gonna be heaps of work, but just that's where I guess just having the right person and the right contact, you know, is really knowledgeable and understanding.
And even to just get in with some decent minimum order quantities, like by having the contact, you know, to just get in there. So it's just that in itself is so helpful, because then it's basically a cost that we don't need to pass on to you guys, so that you guys can get these, you know, as cheap as we can possibly make them, basically. So that's really cool. And again, with like all these things that we're building, like we want to build the businesses. We want to build the sub business, the clothing business, to a point where the 10,000 GYMBROs supply is a small supply basically compared to what our customer base is, and the size of everything we're building. We want to be a world level brand, like a top level brand. We really want to get that big, and we believe we have everything to do it. We believe we've got the team to do it. We believe we've got the community to do it. We believe we've got something exciting and new, which is definitely off the bat something that is only going to grow and keep growing the more value we can put out there, and the more we can get the GYMBROs branding out there. What we have is just fun, unique, exciting. It's got that collectible element, and most of all, it's fun. Like whenever I'm working every day, I'm looking at like the GYMBROs and stuff. I get excited because I see the art. I go through truthful Instagram posts, and I just feel good, and I see you guys flexing your bros in the flex chats and trading your bros and revealing your bros, and yeah, it's just so awesome, So that's why I think our brand can really be so big, is because we have something that's actually uniquely very different to anything else in the market, But without further ado, guys, we're going to start talking about the meat and potatoes of all of this. If I'm to say that for the second time here in this live stream. This is what we've been most looking forward to, guys. Like we're kind of giving you guys the little updates, but the gym. We're going to be talking about the gym now, and everything, all the progress that we've been making towards that, and just give you guys an idea on everything we're doing, the plan, potential timelines, everything we're organizing. Probably what we've all been waiting for. So Mez, should we get cracking and talking about the gym?
Yeah, it's a bit to go through. We're right on time though, so we got a good 20 minutes. And then we'll, obviously question time as well. So,
mate, get closer to your mic, bro. What are you doing over there?
Mate, it's literally in my mouth. Oh, what's going on?
It's a bit of a storm in the Gold Coast today.
Yeah. All right, how are we going? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, beauty. So where do we start, man? I guess what we want to say to start is the gym is something that obviously it's like the thing that we're most passionate about, and it's the thing that's obviously going to take the collection to the next level. And because of that reason, it's the gym itself is, we're trying to make it really a world-class facility, even like a facility that doesn't really even exist, at least here on the Gold Coast. Just in terms of everything, aesthetics, functionality, the amenities that it has, just the equipment, because the equipment's a big thing, and we'll go into that in more detail. But just to understand, the gym is going to be something that's really incredible, aesthetically and functionally as well. And for that reason, that's going to take us time to put in place. We don't want to just rush into this. Get an average spot, get an average fit out, get some standard hammer strength equipment, and off we go, kind of thing. So, really, our focus now, and since the last couple of weeks, is really just getting this planning right. And that's planning includes mainly, at the moment, the first phase is floor plan, equipment, what amenities we want, which we'll go into. And getting all of that mapped out. And then we want to build our perfect gym first, and then see, okay, so what's the floor space we need? What kind of facility do we need? Which we roughly know now. But the idea was always to plan it out and get the perfect gym made, on paper, and then find the facility for it, rather than jump into a facility and then be like, all right, let's just fit it out, the best that we can. So right now we're starting with the planning, and you guys will get to see as we go through that process over the next month or so. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out in terms of the planning and what we're doing there. So that's phase one. So I think we'll probably talk about that
quickly as well. Yeah, when we say we're going to get started, we've actually already gotten started into the planning. So we've already had to basically, so we're we're using a place called Built here in Gold Coast, and the guy who runs it, absolute legend. We've already had two meetings with him, going over everything we want in the gym, showing him inspiration for the vibes we want, the size, the floor plan, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're pretty like we've been doing it, but we're also it's just a lot of back and forth now and finalizing things, of confirming everything and you know what we want in terms of pieces of equipment, per body part, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so currently we're basically just waiting on some floor plan drawings, Amers.
Yeah, so the floor plan, and that also includes like all the equipment. So we're still like finalizing what we want in terms of like every piece of equipment, because the range is just like insane. Plus, so just so you know how Built works, so the owner is actually a structural engineer, and he can AutoCAD. So he builds all his own equipment. He makes it. He designs it. He gets all the steel manufactured, put together. He tests it out and stuff like that. So he can pretty much build anything that you want, which is one of the things that really appealed to us, rather than just going, with one of these brands who obviously have good stuff. But yeah, it's really cool just knowing that we've got the flexibility there with equipment. So yeah, floor plan, finalizing our equipment, the aesthetics of everything, also the amenities, which will include like a really good recovery center, which is going to be something that's going to really set us apart. Breeze, maybe, I mean, you're the man when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let's go through the kind of amenities in terms of what we're going to be doing there.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So yeah, we want to say to you guys as well. So like, we've been learning a lot ever since even a couple of weeks before we hit the 8K minted. We knew we were coming up into it. First of all, for us, the 8K minted was really it was that number that was really just to solidify that, hey, we have the community big enough to do this. Again, the amount of resources to be able to do this. So that's why the 8K was always that kind of number before we, it was the thing that we could actually make, it was actually possible to do all this because, again, this is a huge job. This is no small job to do this, what we're doing, and let alone everything else we're doing with the clothing now, the subs. Gym Queen's coming up, the female clothing line. There's actually so much damn stuff going on. So yeah, in terms of the gym, like we've been learning a lot about the industry. A lot of gyms that you see like in Australia, they've got they're usually exclusively with one brand. So they're usually like exclusive Hammer Strength. They've got a contract with Hammer Strength, or Snap Fitness or whatever it is, has like life fitness equipment. And usually what happens is with these big gym chains is that, it's like you go to a freaking Snap Fitness and it's decked out with the same brands that like a World Gym has. And a lot of these big, huge equipment companies, they basically have like a monopoly in terms of the contracts that they get with franchises. So you'll find a lot of these gyms, it's like they've become the same over the last few years. Like there's not much to differentiate, like in terms of equipment, like your like a Anytime Fitness from like a World Gym or something. Like a lot of them, they've got crossover equipment, and it's like, well, one's a really commercial gym, one's like a full hardcore bodybuilding gym. Yet, they drop in the same equipment. So that's one thing we've been learning is a lot of these gyms that just have like the Hammer Strength or Live Fitness. The reason they do that is because they're contracted in, so all the franchisees have to use and buy this equipment, and basically the CEOs and the people at the top of the franchises are getting kickbacks on every piece of equipment that's bought. So you're seeing like a lot of incentive that way, and a lot of monopolies built, and a lot of these gyms are kind of becoming the same. For us, we want our gym to be like a complete point of difference. We want to have all the basics, all your standard equipment, but just some epic pieces that like heaps of gyms just can't even get because they're only contracted to get like the singular brands. So yeah, like that's really damn exciting. Obviously, training is such a huge thing, but recovery is definitely something that I'm very personally very passionate about. So that's gonna be a big focus for the gym as well, to have an extra, basically like a recovery center there as well. So yeah, we've been pretty much going over designs, and definitely going to be having a huge ice bath, like a huge cold plunge, probably a couple of saunas at this stage, and then potentially looking at a spa pool as well. So like you can do the hot cold therapy and stuff like that, and just basically give our gym again just more of a more of like a public a publicly perceived place of like, oh man, I want to go to this place because they've got all of this here in one, as opposed to, like a lot of recovery centers, you'll pay like $30 for one session between the hot cold pools and stuff. But it's like, well, what if you can actually get that in your gym membership? And then at this point, by the time the gym's up and running, people are going to be looking at like, whoa, it's so cool. It's GYMBRO themed, obviously. Our brand's going to be a lot bigger because our brand would have been around, these next 6 months in terms of like our clothing brand, everything we're doing. So there'll be a lot more familiarity there, probably a lot more people wanting to come into the community. And at this point, guys, this is when, it's up to you as the community. We'll be sold out by this point to set the floor price high, because you're essentially going to have a gym membership basically when you own a bro that, to a really fucking decent gym. So, at this point, we don't expect that any gym bros should be selling cheaper than like $2,000-$3,000 each, So, again, like our biggest thing is we need longevity in this, and to do that, we need to make something that's different, something that's unique, and is just, hugely, just functional in what it provides. So your recovery is definitely going to be a big thing for us. Again, even just organizing like a creche setup as well. We've noticed a lot of gyms have been, they've actually been stopping their creches. Like Good Life has actually just culled all their creches across the nation. And yeah, like we personally, I know a lot of friends they've been having to change gyms because they can't train in the gym with no creche. So there's actually like quite a few new people looking for gyms on the market at the moment, which is something that's kind of exciting. But yeah, in regards to everything, like it's going to be completely GYMBRO themed as well. So again, it's kind of like a hub centrally as well to advertise the GYMBROs as well in our brand and everything we're doing here. So and I believe too, just us being the first ever NFT collection in the world to actually get a gym up and running, that in itself, whether you don't even live in the Gold Coast, just being a part of that, like what we will have done by the time we get this gym up is huge. That's monumental. That's never been done before. So yeah, like with everything we're doing, we're trying to really please everyone. We're trying to please all the community with repping for the GYMBROs, the NFTs, everything we believe in here, and then also having a facility good enough to really just get the public in off the streets and people to want to get and go train at the GYMBROs gym. And then for people who are overseas to be, and this is a big one too, is to have the like the access through social media creators. We want it to be a hub of where people want to come film at the GYMBROs gym, do all their social media. Like we want to be a very friendly place in regards to social media, and kind of get known as well for being a very like popular social media gym on the Gold Coast, where we've got such a point of difference with having GYMBROs murals everywhere on the wall. In terms of even the recovery center, we've been talking about having like behind the big ice bath, we're gonna have a huge like cedar wood tub ice bath, having like the ice legendary behind that. It's kind of like the ice corner, and then maybe with like the sauna and on the other side of the room have the lava god up on the wall and stuff, and really just theme it out, just so cool in our brand, and I think that's gonna be just absolutely fucking wild to see, and I think everyone's gonna be happy to see that. So yeah, Miz, I'll chuck it back to you, bro.
Yeah, bro. No, well said. Look, yeah, that's the thing too. Like the content that's going to come out of that, that's what's going to drive just so much exposure. Content from us, obviously, but then just people coming, coming from far and wide, just because they see it, on a mate's Instagram, or they see it on like an Instagram or whatever it is. Like, we really want it to be like a content hub where people come to film, and even like to the fine detail, like talking to Build HQ, like you can actually get bars that they're kind of like patterned. So you have like a big, just say like your deadlift bar can actually be like camo print, or it can be like bright pink. Just like kind of whatever you want, they can make. So like if you have all these cool to it. It makes really good content. People are going to see that. It's only just going to help like spread the word, which is going to be massive just for the just brand exposure. But yes, it was obviously like super excited. But in the meantime, like we want to keep you guys in the loop as to what we're doing and how it's all going. So, like we said, this first phase is like full plan and equipment and amenities, getting that all mapped out, and then getting costs for that, so we know like how to budget. The next phase, once we kind of get through that, is moving on to like the 3D render. We looked at his 3D renders and they're insane. Like if I was, I couldn't actually talk them up any more than like like I couldn't talk them up more than what they actually will be. If that makes sense. Like we were looking at his and we thought that they were like real photos, but he was actually just showing us his facility that he's designing at the moment. So like they're proper 3D renders, like right down to like fine details, and like specifically for ours. So it'll actually have because he has the AutoCAD for all of his specific equipment, so he can actually bring the exact pieces of equipment that we're going to have on our floor plan into the 3D render. And then what's really cool is that they can then create like a 3D walkthrough that we can all actually go in there and walk through the gym. And then you'll be able to see the exact pieces of equipment that we have, and the amenities and stuff, the recovery room. And that's the kind of thing, that's what we're really excited to get that up and running, because that kind of like solidifies the gym. Because that's really cool, because then you can obviously go and show people like, this is what's coming out, in the near future. So that's a really cool part of what they do. I'm super excited for that because, that's just like content, and it's like validity that we're actually going to do this thing. So that, in terms of like a time frame, that's not even that far away. Like we're hoping in the next 2 months we would have the 3D render done. So that would kind of be like, we're late July, so August, September, we'll be able to have a 3D render done, which would be the floor plan, and then you guys will actually be able to walk through the gym. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, 100%. So I think we'll probably even have the floor plan to show probably next month, Amers, and then the 3D render.
Floor plan would be first. Yeah.
So we're definitely keen to show you guys the floor plan, and again, everything's not 100%. So if we show you guys the floor plan and you guys have some suggestions and we're like, oh yeah, actually that's pretty cool, like we're definitely going to do that, so yeah, it's going to be cool these next few months. There's going to be just a lot of stuff kind of rolling out all alongside each other. And I think you guys are going to be really pumped on these previews. Like we said, you'll literally be able to do a 3D walkthrough on our website of the gym and exactly how the gym's going to look. It's like as if you were there in real life. Like it's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, it's like reception, fully decked out, like artwork on the walls, like all that stuff. Like it's going to be really cool.
Just
really
like
realistic.
Like just showing like rectangles of like rooms and shit with like shitty looking equipment. Like it's it's literally going to be looking like a real fucking metaverse shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like we actually started talking about metaverse, like we actually I was like just chill, like maybe right now, like
sorry, Mez, your mic's cut out, bro.
Yeah, I was just saying he actually started going into like creating the gym in the metaverse. I was like hang on.
Yeah, like we're like, how can we like turn this into like a metaverse game ASAP?
Yeah, I was like, might be a bit much right now, but
yeah, 100%. But yeah, guys. So, in terms of I guess Miz, like maybe a rundown on like the timeline, not the exact timeline, because again we're basically we're organizing everything like Miz said before. We're organizing everything with our floor plan, our renders, organizing all our equipment and our equipment order. We're organizing that first, because like right now we're basically at the mercy of what's available on the market. So at this point, we're starting to put feelers out with real estate agents and commercial real estate agents we know and have contacts with, and just basically scouring any commercial real estate websites, just trying to find the right space as well for this. But again, we're kind of at the mercy of what's available. Like we've been looking over the last few months, keeping an eye on the market and stuff, but there's nothing like that's currently available at the moment. But
nothing's
new stuff,
perfect at the moment.
new stuff pops up every week. So our goal is to just organize everything so that basically as soon as we've got the spot, we can just move straight in. You know, like we can have all the equipment organized so that as soon as the lease starts, we can pretty much move it in the next day. Same as well with the mezzanine. We'll actually be getting a full mezzanine built to put most likely to put into our space because we want to have a mezzanine with like cardio equipment on top of it. So that'll be at least like in terms of size, like 100 to a couple hundred square meters of a mezzanine. So we're going to be basically organizing that too. Like once that's built, it's basically a 2-day install for the mezzanine. So again, we're just going to be having everything pretty much ready to go. So that as soon as we, a space pops up, we'll be ready. But I guess like time frame with things right now, with all our drafts, our floor plan, our 3D renders, that's taking a couple of months, and then once we approve all the equipment, that's about a 3-month wait, or not wait, but just a process to manufacture all the equipment for the gym.
Because all the equipment he makes, so he doesn't have it installed. So basically, he's got his range in his showroom and his basically like online catalog of everything you can choose. And then once you choose what you want, it gets manufactured. So there is that 3-month process to have it built and then shipped over. So we can't do much about that. But the good thing is we can actually start that process once we've decided on the equipment. Because once it gets shipped over, he can actually store it locally in his warehouse. So that way we've got the equipment there ready. And if the space pops up, like we're kind of ready to go with everything.
Yeah.
So it's really it's really just a planning process. Hey, it's the planning, and then it's the order, and then it's there is kind of that weight in there, but you'll always be looking for the property because leases are ending all the time, so you might be able to get in with someone before the property's even available. You might get word that lease is ending, in December or January or February or whenever it is, which would actually be a really good scenario because then you've got some time planned it all out before the lease ends. So that kind of stuff. So obviously you're always still looking in between, but just knowing you've kind of got that wait for the equipment to be ready.
Yeah, brother.
So probably in terms of time frame for Easy, we've been. I mean, best case scenario, guys, we're looking at late this year, December. That's best case.
That'd be like best case, like everything goes smooth, like the perfect spot pops up as well, like with the timing.
We probably don't see that as likely, which would mean it would be early next year. Pretty much if it's early next year, it's basically when the space is available, because we expect by that time we would have virtually everything ready to go, including the equipment there. So at the end of the year, it just comes down to like finding the space, basically. That's what it'll come down to, because we'll have everything in place, give or take, so we'll be ready to go. So just to in terms of expectations, the most diligent thing to do is kind of expect it to be early next year. We should go quick because there's heaps of stuff to do in between. I mean, it'll go quick.
Yeah, I think so with everything we're dropping, but we want to do it as quick as we can. We want to have this all up and running. But again, as well, like we don't want to just like rush into a space. Like if a space isn't we really do want it to be not perfect, but we kind of do want it to be perfect, but we want it to be just things like I'd rather go bigger on a space than smaller. Like I wouldn't want to try squeeze into a smaller space or anything like that. But again, we're just at the mercy of what kind of comes up on the market. So currently, yeah, we've basically been planning our floor plan. Just around that, probably like around that 700 meter squared facility. And again, like even like we do have some crypto holdings as well. So like we've we've cashed out into actual money, like a lot of crypto, but we've also got crypto holdings as well that so we're exposed to that upside as well. So ideally, it's like if fucking like crypto took off or whatever, at some point maybe we'll be like, well, fucking here we go, we could get like 1,000 square meter place, So, but again, like we just have to wait and see like what comes up and kind of what's happening. But like our goal is basically to just be organized and ready to just be able to have the process pretty much at the point of completion before the spot's available. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, because I know that's a question that comes up a lot. Like, how does the swings in crypto affect us? Well, obviously it does affect us because, we're an Ethereum-based project. We've still got a lot of ETH to collect, and we also have crypto holdings, like Pre said. So really it just affects how we go about things. It's not really affecting our ability to execute them ultimately. It just means that, we have to be a little more cautious and a little more, selective. We can't just go out and get the prime spot, for 400K rent a year. It's just, it's not necessarily because the last thing you want to do, I mean, you guys know, is burn crypto when it's low. Do we want to like burn a lot of our equity, a lot of our balance sheet just to get the gym up, then not have as much to fall back on, or is it better to wait a little bit, and then build a stronger balance sheet? So I think like there's nothing to worry about. But for us, it's just about, just to answer that question, because I know it comes up a lot. It does just change, like, I guess, you need to be a little more cautious, and you just need to be a little more patient, just especially in this specific case. Yeah, probably in terms of like the lease, you definitely want to be a little more, patient in terms of finding somewhere, because a perfect space will come up in the price that we want, because we know what it's going to cost. It's just a matter of waiting a little bit instead of just going out and getting the prime spot, that's going to cost a bloody arm and a leg. So just so you guys know, like, that's kind of like how our position is basically in terms of swings with crypto up and down.
Yeah, there's this prime spot in the gold. Yeah, it's currently a Sydney Tools building. It's up on like Burley Hill. I'm like, yo, that's my spot. I know it'd be at least $500,000 a year rent though, but it's already actually taken by Sydney Tools, which is a massive company. But
yeah. I don't know if they're subleasing that or what, because it's like branded Sydney Tools, but it's like a third of the big shop is like empty, right?
Yeah, they've got a third of it empty currently, but
yeah.
What do you reckon? Let's go check it out. I guess again as well, guys. Like,
give me 5K each, then we'll check it out.
Give you what?
Give me your 5K each.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, 100%. Right? Like, yeah.
That'd be nice.
Would be
nice. Yeah, that is a good spot. If anyone knows like Burley, they probably know that building. Man, it's just right there on the hill. So like, as you're traveling along that road, you just see it. The big GYMBROs branding, be wicked. But
yeah, and I guess in terms of location as well, guys, like we've pretty much got like a radius, like pretty much from anywhere from Burley to Bundle. I'd say ideally, would be our radius of kind of what we're looking at. But again, it just depends what comes up, like in those areas. So yeah, at this point, we've just got our ears to the ground, and just like we've got so much to organize before that point anyway. So we're just basically organizing everything and simultaneously looking out for a spot too. But even if you guys find anything on like, and you randomly like find anything, like feel like message it to Justin, to JSerm. That'll be awesome, because we know we've got a good community here of people who are, all connected as well in their own different ways. So, feel free to let us know if you find anything for sure.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of it. In terms of just what we wanted to go through mainly.
Yeah, that's like
Jay Minks just put a picture in the chat. I don't think that's it.
That's Sydney Tools, right? That's the one. I don't know if it's the one.
Yeah, but I think they got. Is that the one?
That could be the one, bro.
Okay.
Definitely. We're making jokes today. Sydney Tools mysteriously burns down. Like,
yeah.
Not that. No, that's just a bit ridiculous, boys. Jamie said, "Get on the negative reviews, boys. We'll drive them out of business." Fuck if we got to do what must be done, eh? No. Come on, boys. Come on. None of that. Oh yeah, so, JK said new mint incentive. All right, Miz. I reckon we'll say it here in the AMA, and then we'll probably get the announcement up. Are you all good to go for this tonight?
In terms of announcing it, I think I could announce it tonight 100% because I got it already, my man.
Yeah, nice work, JK's reminding us on that, bro.
Oh, you want to go through it now?
Yeah, I think so. Nice. Or do we just drop? No. Maybe we just drop the announcement. Like we'll drop it just after the AMA. So we'll just drop the announcement because then we don't talk about it and then announce. It'll be more exciting, I reckon, if it's like in an
because I literally got the announcement here, so I could drop it as soon as we get up.
Yeah. Well, but we'll open up a couple of questions, eh?
Yeah. Actually, I think we should just quickly run through this AMA questions. Is that what you meant? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Do we have some AMA questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think hopefully we've answered most of you guys' stuff as well. If you guys if you guys can open your little text box too, and you want to type in any questions on the side, let us know because I'm just reading the text box popping up. So if there's anything you guys have thought about, we did work to make this pretty elaborate tonight so that we could kind of cover most of everything. As you guys can have, Herb have got a lot kind of going on at the moment. Which is actually fucking good. Like I enjoy that. I like that feeling of having a lot of stuff going on. So, do you want to jump through the AMA the threads and see if we got? I know we didn't have too many questions, but maybe it changed today. Leading up.
100%. Yeah, there's definitely been a few added since I looked before we started. But so the first one from our Arcosian was: does the team have options for access? To an extent, so we had a good chat. Again with Build HQ, he's pretty keen. He's got a connection with someone who actually runs facial ID. And that's something that we're really keen to explore. He said he's already got a system working. I'm not sure if it was for a gym, but it was for entry. So he's saying it's just more mainstream now, the facial rec, whereas a few years ago you probably wouldn't want to get into it. It was just a bit iffy, but we're really thinking about facial rec to enter, just because also we don't want people it depends on what we decided on the end, but because we expect bros to be quite high in price, last thing we want is someone to be able to share their wallet or have their wallet downloaded on a separate MetaMask that somehow lets them in. So facial rec, I think, is a really good idea.
And again, with the GYMBROs, so with all the gym memberships, we're gonna have a a registration list where if you're signed up as a member of the gym, we've got a record of your GYMBRO, and we'll be monitoring and basically building something to monitor the movements of that GYMBRO. So if it ever moved, then essentially you don't have that membership. So it's not just going to be you can scan a random MetaMask on a phone and just get into the gym kind of thing. We're going to have a full record of everyone who trains there. And again, same with people who come for casual sessions, things like that.
Exactly.
Again, it is quite exciting. We're looking at a facial recognition system because we want to build the gym to be 24 hours as well. In which case you can just rock up after hours and it'll literally just recognize your face and let you in. So
cool.
Again, just doing shit that other gyms don't have, and it sounds kind of weird, fuck, what if it wouldn't work? But the facial recognition technology's gotten pretty good, and we do have the connections to do that. So, or at least look into that. I'm not going to say we're definitely doing it because maybe we'll decide we don't want to, but I don't know. I thought it sounded pretty fucking cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good way. It's a really good way to just stop people from, sharing, like, you know, if you got tags and shit like that. So
Yeah.
that's something we're thinking about. But if your question relates more to like the actual software itself or the Web3 backend, it hasn't been built yet. But you know, we've obviously got time to get that going as part of the planning process. So yeah, some exciting news there. Let's move on to the next one. Sam's all over that one. Kevo, I shouldn't even ask this. He said, "Whose idea was it to add the horrid green background?" Hey, some people love the green. You love the green, Breeze.
Yeah, I love the green, bro.
Your initial guide that you made, like, of you was on green, right?
Yeah, my first ever inkling of thinking GYMBROs is going to be a success was seeing that bright lime green background and saying, "Holy shit, this profile photo will get some clicks on story views because it's fucking that out, you know, it's just at your face, you know."
Yeah, so, I agree. It can be jarring at times, but it stands out on profile pics. It stands out heaps. But when you actually got a bro blown up like on like full screen or something, it's like it can be a bit intense. But
look, all you got to do, Kev, after 8 p.m., just make sure your devices are on night mode, okay?
Yeah, that helps.
Hey.
Cool. Big dog timeline for opening the gym. Answer that obviously. Cool. I had a few people actually responding to that, so that's good. Gilbert says when GYMBROs Mankini. Or at Mankini. Berkey says, would it be in real life benefit gym for holding my GYMBRO legendary?
Mez, your mic's cutting out, bro.
How is it now?
Yeah,
I reckon my headphones died.
Got to get that mic. Get that mic in your mouth, bro, and just start speaking.
Yeah.
Just
oh, it is. Don't worry. Like it's touching my lips.
Oh, you're better now. Did you just put it in your mouth?
Actually, no. I was fiddling with this little plug-in bit. Maybe that was it.
Oh, you sound perfect now.
Yeah, cool. All right, that's sweet. Yeah, Berkey said any real life benefits in the gym for holding high tier GYMBROs or legendaries. Not that we've really like decided on, but definitely like something that we're keen on is having the legendaries displayed. Even like potentially on big banners at the gym. So and then having the owner's name in some way, whether it's Discord name, real name, whatever it is, under that legend. That'd be really cool. But the legend's definitely something we have around the gym. Even if like Breezy said, if you got the legend, like the ice bro at the ice bar, then you could actually have the owner underneath. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I mean, there's stuff we could do. We haven't decided, but it is pretty cool. Like Breezy said, we've been thinking about stuff that we can actually bring in as utility, the legends and that. But I think decided yet. But any ideas? Keep flowing.
Yeah, we're always open to ideas, and we're always thinking about kind of things like that ourselves. Like even I won't say what we're thinking today, but we've been thinking about some benefits for legendary holders. So yeah, we've been thinking about stuff, bro. But like, if you guys have any ideas, like I know you guys like to chuck it in the chat as banter, but tag us there too. Like we love to see that shit, and sometimes it like might seem like a crazy idea or something, but we might actually go, oh, actually we could actually do that. It could be a good idea. So again, like the more like value we can provide on these NFTs and even like more of the rarer ones and stuff like that, again, it all just kind of adds up to this whole thing being a success. So we're always looking out for stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, sure. Next one. Rob says, perfect world was GYMBROs like in 5 years' time.
Is your mic's gone so shit, bro? Is there like, do you have anything else?
How about now?
Yeah, that's way better. What the hell? You just unplug it.
Nah, bro. Oh, fuck. Who knows? We'll soldier on.
Yeah,
because we're not too far away.
Right,
yeah, Rob says perfect world. What does GYMBROs look in 5 years' time? Probably world. I won't spend too much time on that question, but definitely like if this gym blows up the way that we think, additional gyms are kind of what we see as the next step. Again, that's something that we can't. Yeah, if you're asking me what it looks like in 5 years' time, yeah, there would be several gyms. So, yeah, and who knows what other utility we might have. Do you want to add anything there, Freeze? Or
Yeah, I'd say definitely $50,000 floor price, 100%. You guys think I'm joking? You guys think I'm fucking joking, eh? No, definitely several GYMBROs gyms for sure. 5 years, that's a long time. Clothing brands, huge, like huge clothing brands. Fucking like Gymshark shit. Like I think our name in itself, GYMBROs, is like it's got the potential to do that if we just keep delivering and again just like providing, just doing good shit, and again, like I've said at the start of this, what we have here is just so unique and exciting, which I think breaks the mold and kind of it's something different and more exciting than so much other stuff on the market. And again, like we're like we said, our goal is to always add more benefits to owning GYMBROs too. And again, like we've talked about it before with like staking and stuff like that or breeding, like we're a full NFT collection and we really want to be like revolutionary. Like we're doing all our kind of physical real life utility first. But it's not to say that, we know we're an NFT too and we've got that Web3 integration. Like we want to do some things that are going to be exciting and unique in the NFT kind of realm as well. So again, GYMBROs, just 5 years, massive. That's where I'd see. And that's, you say perfect world, like whether the world's perfect or not, that's the way we treat this. That's the way we're looking at doing everything, is to make GYMBROs just fucking massive, bro. Like already what we have here is really massive. Like it's very big. You don't get a company do what we've done. Basically, even like I was talking today with we had a meeting with our manufacturers. Like not many brands can come in and place an order like we placed on their first ever drop, and then actually be able to like facilitate that order size. Like we've really built something unique here. We timed into the market perfectly, obviously with the whole NFT thing. That was, really me and Miz and Nards who just knew that kind of wave was happening when it did. So we really obviously did so well to get to market at that point. And then to, just continuously what we've all done here, the whole team, the community this year, just sticking it through the slow times as well, always coming up with like new incentives and things when there's been doubts or whatever, like guys, like there was a point we were stuck on, our public sale went live after our pre-sale had closed up. And I think we sold 200 bros in like a couple of days and then things stopped. So we're at like 1,300 GYMBROs sold for like a few days and people were like, what the hell? Like I thought we were supposed to sell out, there's 10,000 of these. And every point of that, we've come up with something. We've gotten the shout out. We've done the incentive. We dropped the Christmas bros. We've done something cool that gets that belief, that excitement, keeps us moving. Now we've finally kind of made it to this point where we've got less than 1,900 of these bros to go now before we're fully sold out. Our floor's holding pretty damn strong. Our community is only getting stronger. Our utility is starting to roll out. We're freaking organizing the first ever NFT gym in the world. Like, fuck, like, I think things are only growing bigger and better for us at this moment. And for all you guys who have stuck around even to this point, and we're seeing new people coming in now, it's just starting. Like this is just the beginning of so many new people coming in here and trying to be a part of this. And I just want to say shout out to you guys who have been holding it down and building this with us, because it's been fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, you make me anxious as fuck when you say we're stuck on 1,300, eh? I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, and like we can't forget that. Like, and then I remember like we organized a big NFT shout out with one of the big NFT pages, and that was a wild time. Like it was a crazy time. And then after that, we were literally stuck on 1,700. So we had sold like 400 bros, and then we're like, fuck, what do we do next? And then it's like we kept moving, man. We kept fucking moving,
Yeah, 100%.
And even like again, like the whole market like flipped on us in terms of the perception of NFTs as well. Like, and again, we just kept moving through it. So man, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, yeah, what GYMBROs looks like in 5 years is gonna, even though I think GYMBROs in 1 year is gonna shock the hell out of a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
And I know you
You're
guys
the
know
hype
it
man.
too. I know you guys know it too if you're here listening to this, because you're here right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Well, I'm glad you answered that question.
Yeah, fuck, I went a bit full on there, right, boys? Yeah, like, yeah. Let's keep going with
you
some
can
questions.
hear the passion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, we love it. We love it. You know, we love to hear it. Oh no, that's not a question. Oh, target time frame to sell out. That's a good question. So, we actually been talking about that like the last few days. We actually want to put a date on it, so we really are going to push for a sellout by the end of September. So a little over 2 months. That's when we're expecting to be sold out. We kind of chose that just based on everything we got coming, in terms of like the clothing and marketing and stuff, plus the next incentive, and just that's kind of what our date is, and it's good to have a date out there because then it's gonna hold us accountable to that too, to make sure that everything's going. And if we're not quite on track, then we obviously need to pick things up. To push things along a little better. So end of September, pretty crazy considering we're almost in August. We could potentially be looking at a sellout, So, I mean, that's really cool because, like Bree said, we've been at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're at 8. To finally be sold out, I think it's just going to be like a massive wrap to everyone. Not just the team, or you guys too, for getting us here. And from there, it's like, I mean, it's going to be a weird time not having mints. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be strange, but I guess we just move on to the next thing. So end of September is kind of what we're looking at. Just jump in if you want to say anything, Freeze, but I'll just keep going with these because we got a few.
Nah, brother, you pump through the questions.
Big Dog said an 8-week challenge. What would it look like if we did it in Discord? A few people have responded to that, but like that'd be cool. We need to think about it too. Like, thought about doing challenges, but it's like, is the challenge purely based on you? Do you guys need like training programs and nutrition like from us, or are you gonna get that on your own? Is it purely like a competition between you guys? It's something that needs, I think, a fair bit of thought on how we run it. But I mean, that's probably something that we all get involved with, because I don't think there's probably a right answer to that as such. We've just all got to agree on the best way to go about it.
I do like the sound of it. It's just, we want to like actually make it pretty good if we did it, like with a good, maybe like a good prize or something. Have some like criteria around it, or at least something like that. Or
they said the scans, getting a scan before and after. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Just also to help judging, and then also go off like aesthetics and pictures as well. And it'll probably end up being a vote, I guess. You guys will vote for the winner. Fairest way to do it, but would be really cool. I think the main thing is, do we provide the resources, or is everyone just kind of like go on their own? Because if we have to provide resources, it gets a bit tricky, with nutrition and that. So I guess it'd probably
I feel like we've got a good community. We could all like help each other and stuff. Like, obviously, I've fucking coached people for getting in shape for years, like personally, and I'm here in the Discord. I'm more than happy to like help out and stuff. But I guess we might even. I mean, you guys know we've got a lot of stuff that we are working on at the moment. We just don't want to say like we're going to do it over the next couple of months if like we just have so much other stuff that we're focused on, and then not
could
do
be
it.
Like could be like a summer shred.
Maybe
start in October, November kind of thing. Shredded for December.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, could look at doing something like that. Well, we'll definitely take that on board, bro.
Yeah, it's a good one. Billwood says, will there be any other types of GYMBROs accessories like water bottles, beanies, caps, stickers, lifting straps? 100% looking at like water bottles. Breezy's already been looking at beanies, caps, 100%. Straps and gym equipment is interesting, not something we've looked into yet.
I think we could get the straps going, for sure.
Yeah.
We may as well, like, again, I think, we just try build that GYMBROs umbrella and the brand and just have be like the one-stop shop, just, and we all, because, we're all passionate about it. We all want to rep it as well. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll look into
Yeah,
that.
we'll look
But yeah,
we'll look
the
into
other
that, Billy.
miscellaneous stuff like water bottles and even shakers and stuff too. I don't
Yeah.
know. We should probably get your feedback on shakers. Like, I'm really keen to do a shaker that's like stainless steel that you can put in the dishwasher. Whereas, because I find that I never put my plastic ones in the dishwasher because they go all weird. And then you have to hand wash it, which is a pain in the ass. So I don't know. We should get some feedback on that. But I'm keen on the stainless steel. That's just me, though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevo says, "What's the reward for finding Howie?"
Fuck, we got to chuck up the reward, I reckon.
Actually, should. Should.
Yeah. No, like dead set. Like maybe we should. Like, like it's pretty frustrating as the owners of this to like have one of the most rare Jimbros. Not even like it's literally in a single mint wallet. Again, which like kind of looks fucking shit. It's like I don't know. Like people might think, oh fuck, did they like make a wallet and then just mint this? But like, yeah, it's just shit because there's been no sign of Howie. So like, it's frustrating for us as well, bro. So. What do you reckon? Should we put up a reward for Howie, bro? Or is he just
we
dead?
should.
What if he's dead, bro? I don't want to say it, but
Yeah, no, dead or alive. Kevo said it, dead or alive.
Yeah. That's annoying because, like, obviously, one of the rarest Jimbros, we like a legendary. Like, we want legendary holders to be active in the community, like.
Yeah, no, we should definitely do a prize. But I know the boys have been looking pretty hard already, if they haven't. So, but yeah, we should check something up.
Right. If anyone finds Howie or has any information related, just fucking post it up, and we'll like if you really lead to finding him, we'll come up with a reward. We want to like we weren't officially in that. Well, maybe we'll do an official announcement. I don't know, Miss. We'll see what we can think of, eh?
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Yeah, Buzz. Now that we've hit 8K, does that mean time? What does it actually mean for a time frame for opening? Yeah. So we kind of touched on that, man. But yeah. Any more questions? Just let us know. How you go? Joycey says, "How you go about finding the right workers for the gym, personal trainers, help desk, etc." Either just through the normal, just finding staffing through the normal way. Obviously, like advertising, going to market for them.
I've got a feeling
connected. Like we'd have a lot of people, I think, keen to get a mic.
Your mic's gone shit again, Miss. Your mic's gone shit, bro.
No way.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
He's back. All right.
Yeah. I think like we've got connections for finding the workers and everything, and I think like with the scale and the word of the gym being closed to opening, I think we're going to get a lot of people hitting us up as well. So
yeah, I think
we're not too phased there over that.
Yep. Rob, do you think these 10K will be it for GYMBROs, or does it go? Or if it does go well, will there ever be season 2, aka Be Friends? Nah, there'd never be any more than 10,000. Yeah, that's basically the short answer to that. Because we want these ones to be as valuable as they can be. Doesn't mean a future set couldn't come out that has its own utility, such as breeding or something else. That's something you might look at if there was an additional gym, or gyms, something like that. But yeah, for now, not really. Not really. Keep it to the 10K and just we want these ones to be worth as much as they can possibly be. Tomina, will there be any utility from the gym for holders overseas? Maybe like webinars about nutrition and stuff. So I think this question is specifically to the gym because obviously overseas holders can access all the other utility. But specifically from the gym, I mean, there's going to be content coming out of the gym. But as far as utility, like the nutrition and training and stuff, that's potentially something we're going to move into, creating a platform just to bring more people in. But specifically from the gym, like it's a bit hard. I don't know, Freezy, what do you think? Like,
I mean,
any ideas there?
I mean, in terms of like, again, we're always trying to add stuff. So like we have been in discussions about building like a platform to track workouts or like provide workouts and then potentially even like nutrition and stuff like that. But again, it's just it's stuff like we've got a lot on our plate right now. We're not trying to do it all at once, but definitely in the future that we could see that kind of stuff happening for sure.
Beautiful. Tintin with an absolute banger. Any plans of a Gymbro supplement range, even just a pre-workout? He's unofficially on the team, secret member.
Yeah, I told him nothing, bro. So, I mean, obviously, because he's asked the question, but yeah, bro, pre-workout coming, brother. As you know, we already talked about. Romp PT, do we have commercial IP ownership of our gym bros, i.e. Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Yeah, I think that's like a question that came up, I think in one of the early AMAs, and we weren't actually sure at that stage. That was pretty early on.
It still is that like gray area, but I mean, in terms of us like being, if you want to like freaking print your gym bro and try sell it to people, like we've got no qualms against that, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is like we'd hate for it to be used negatively, and the thing is like you'd never use your Bored Ape in a negative light because it's they're so expensive, right? But if you can buy a gym very cheap now, you know, you can get some people coming in and trying to do like some weird shit with it that might look bad. But I guess that's so. As far as like commercial, it's not something we've looked at like from a legal perspective, like a legal team or anything. But I think we're pretty open to just like having it similar to Bored Apes, where I mean, if they're going to let you, I mean, they're Bored Apes, which are worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. I mean, we don't really have any issues with you guys making the most out of your GYMBROs. So I think the answer to that is as long as they're used in a positive light, we wouldn't have any issues with it.
Yeah.
So, Big Dog, would you ever burn 1 times GYMBRO for 1 times a year of membership?
Never thought about it.
Would you ever burn 1 GYMBRO? I don't think so, because I mean, you keep the GYMBRO and then you get infinite membership, or I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. I feel the same as you. It's like, if you own the gym bro, you get the membership for as long as you own it. So you'd essentially be burning the gym bro for less membership than what if you just kept it, you get. So it doesn't, I don't know if you meant something different, but.
Yep.
Cropit. Should I read out Cropit for the next free clothing drop? Can community vote on choices of colours for all tier drops, as the whales did for the hoodies? Certain colours do not favour my complexion. Fair point, bro. Wait, do you know that's actually crazy? So like, obviously, with the purple shorts and tank, obviously a bit different, but again, we're just trying to represent one of our rarest gym bros, which is the alien bros, and something that kind of I think Gym Bros is kind of like known for as that alien bro. We actually like seeing the stuff in person. It's actually so sick, eh? Like, so just a heads up there, like if you're kind of like a bit unsure on that. But yeah, I guess what do you reckon is with that, like in the colors or whatever.
Yeah, I think once we've kind of sussed out what we're gonna do, I think it would actually be cool.
The hard thing is though, when you do a vote, you always get people that are disappointed. Whereas like,
because
they're more. That's what I think. Like they're more invested because they've actually made a vote and they're like, no, this is what I want. And then if they lose, then they're kind of like pissed off. Whereas it's like, if we just choose it, like there was no say, so there's no like, it's just like, oh, that's what they chose, you know. So we kind of don't want to like build. Like for me, I don't know. I just personally hate votes when they. I just think they kind of backfire a lot of the time. Like, I don't know if that's like a controversial opinion, but I've kind of always.
It's very fair. It's a very fair opinion. It's
like,
something that I never thought about that until you mentioned it to me.
Yeah, it's like a vote's cool. Point. A vote's cool when you get your own way. You know, that's when you're like, fuck yeah. But if it doesn't, it just like kind of annoys you. So, but we'll definitely take on board some like feedback. Maybe we could kind of preview out some stuff or And again, I thought when we did that vote of the hoodies, it did kind of segregate the people and in the way the people who wanted one color, then as opposed to who wanted the other.
Yes.
So yeah, again, it sounds better than it is, I think. But
yeah.
G'd up.
But I think the next color would be probably less. I don't know what the word is. I don't know, controversial than the purple.
Yeah, that was a bit of a statement, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool though when you get the stuff. But I get it if it doesn't reflection. I think that means either you're white because maybe it doesn't go too well with like pale skin. Purple would definitely go good with dark skin. That's just me, you know.
Probably you live in Queensland, brother. Go get that tan. Oh, it is raining today, but no, fair point, bro. G'd up Bally Gang said, any collabs in the near future, or have you guys already collabed with another gym type project? We're always open to collabs. Our first point of collabs is going to be through influencers with the clothing. But in terms of like actual other established NFT collections, like in terms of like a proper collab, yeah, like we're always open to it. Like I think we've done like only 2 kind of NFT collection shout outs here in the Discord. We've kind of like shouted out for shout out, or we've got some promo for a shout out. But again, like again, I guess as the space evolves, you know, like we're actually a very big NFT collection. You know, we can't forget that as well. So we kind of only want to match on other collections that are really following through and actually doing good shit in the space and actually getting good shit done. So again, we're not like looking to just collab with anyone, but we've always got our eyes open and looking at things. But in terms of like collabs, we're probably going to be going more with people with personal brands like influencers and stuff like that, and using the clothing avenue to get new people into the community that way. And I think that's just kind of like our most effective way at this point. But yeah, we're always open to if there's another good NFT collection or something, for sure, to do a proper collab.
Yeah, just on that, like too, like once all the utilities rolled out and the gym's out, it's really easy to get noticed. I think that's when our pivot back to the NFT world will be more successful, when we actually come back as projects and executed everything and have something insane, you know, in the real world to show, and the community behind it. So yeah, we kind of pivoted mainly away from the NFT side, but definitely be going back there in the future, which might end up, you know, lining up really well with future bull run, you know, in a year, a couple of years, whenever it happens. So yeah.
I think we could kind of slightly hear that. It was a bit tough, but big smoke.
No, you're kidding me, mate.
Yeah, no, I kind of caught a little bit of it, but
it was really good. It was really good.
I'm sure.
I'm not down it.
I'm not down in it, bro. Do you want to repeat yourself?
Nah, I forget what I said now.
Big Smoke said, "Can we buy Miz a new mic?"
100%. I don't get nothing. Get the boys to get me a new mic.
Oh, you're right. I'll see what we can do, bro. I told you to buy a Mac, bro. You don't even need to buy every mic if you got a Mac. I think it picks it up good.
I'm on my PC. Anyway.
No, I need mic. It's fucking shit show.
Yeah, so Jay's got an Instagram question from Martin. Martin's in here. I can't see Martin, but any update on staking? Yes, so staking's something that we just haven't found a use for. So at this stage, nothing really that we're going to do with staking. And just on that too, so the next question, can we hear anything about roadmap with staking and breeding? So breeding is definitely something that we're going to be looking at. Once we've got the utility all in place and we look at, you know, what's our next move, how do we bring the breeding in? Staking is probably not something that we're looking at right now unless we find a use for it. So just on that, like one of the things too, actually we've got to touch on is what we're doing in terms of roadmap and just like rebranding as well. So we're going to be updating the roadmap, but also just rejigging the website a little bit so it's geared at people that aren't coming from the NFT side. So obviously we created that website, you know, when NFTs were kind of like taking off. So we're expecting most of the people to come from that NFT world. Now that's kind of changed. We've got a lot of people. We're trying to bring people in from, the non-NFT side. So I think we need to pivot the website a little bit, so that people that come in, that don't know anything about NFTs can see like really clearly what GYMBROs is and what the benefits of having a GYMBRO are. So that's something we're working on as well. Just a bit of a rebrand, bit of redirection at the website level, and then updating that roadmap. So we'll probably take staking out of there just to remove any ambiguity there. But
yeah, and in regards to that as well, like with our roadmap, we're actually going to get that updated over the next 7 days, and just having like our new timeframes, our new things like the utilities and stuff. Because again, like our roadmap's always been like a guide of what we think is going to happen, but like even with the with the rate of sales of GYMBROs and stuff, like things have changed. So we have kind of every 3 months been working to hopefully update the roadmaps. But we're doing an update this week. We'll basically give you guys a timeline on when to expect things like again, like everything we talked about tonight with the gym. I think was Buzz asked a question before on like the timing and all that. We talked about it before, but again, like in terms of floor plan and 3D renders, we're expecting within about 2 months to have that. We're basically planning around a 700 square meter facility. At the minimum, ideally, but that's where we're getting all our floor plans done. Again, like depending on what comes on the market, we can alter that. It's no big deal, but we're basically planning around that 700 meter squared. And then again, like that 3 months to get the equipment, and if something comes up sooner as well, we actually do have the option to get the equipment ordered early and just actually have it in storage as well, like ready for the space. So, but yeah, again, like. It's not just like tonight's where you get the big update and then we don't say anything ever again. It's like we're going to be keeping you guys in the loop these next few months as we do everything, So, like we always do, ideally. So, yeah, you guys will be, getting updates as we do all this as well.
Yeah, and they're good updates too. Like heaps of exciting stuff for you guys to look at. So, be good next couple months. We'll move on. So, Kevo, how do we gain access to you? Kind of touched on that one.
Mike's cut out, bro.
No! There we go. That must be better.
Guys, I'm personally going to buy him as a Mac for the next AMA.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you good now, bro.
Well, it's not.
I want to know what you're doing.
I don't need a Mac, mate. I need a new headphone.
You squeeze your little wires together, bro. It's not getting good again. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like starting a car. You got to get the red and the black. Anyway, Millie says, would pay to check with local councils in chosen areas regarding planning permits. Yeah, definitely. Good call.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we want to make sure everything's above board with council and everything, and yeah, definitely.
You're still looking at Rabina for the gym. This is from Big Dog. Yeah, for sure. I think Freeze touched on location. Yeah, so Rabina's cool, but it's not that much in terms of like a big space that's ideal in Rabina, as opposed to like like Burley, even like Varsity has some stuff, and then also like Bundle's got a lot. So Rabina would be ideal. Like me and Freeze, literally, like when we started this, we're like Rabina gym, 100%. But just really anywhere like that's accessible and that it's going to have good reach. Because that's the main thing is for everyone that it's in a good spot so that we can get good membership numbers and actually build a good gym that has a big membership base and that's I guess profitable for us to then expand. So that's the main thing, just getting a really good spot that's going to help us grow. And honestly, for me, like I don't really care where that is. If I have to drive a bit or whatever, like the main thing is that it's in a good location. So Big Smoke, mate, don't worry about that. Get it sorted.
The question was, can we buy him as a new bike? In case everyone's like, oh my God, what did he just ask him? He didn't say it publicly.
Oh, yeah.
We're just Mike saying it is tonight.
Yeah. Zaf says, I've tried reaching out to CoinSpot a couple of times in promoting your GYMBROs NFT. Their response a couple of days ago was hit up their social media pages. Should we use this as an opportunity for the community to raid and get them on board? Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I like that actually. Oh, Coins.
Yeah.
Like, so they've got yeah, that's the Australian one, eh? Yeah, thanks for
Yeah, I
doing
think
that,
so.
bro. Well,
Yeah,
we'll definitely
let's do that.
try organize something like that, eh?
Hit us up, Zaf. Probably the best way if you just hit us up with what's going on there. Yeah, because I know you were reaching out, so I was actually interested to see if they'd come back with anything. But our social's actually pretty good. If it's on IG, if it's their IG page, because our IG page is really good. So actually, it would be beneficial for us to go through that platform. So yeah, let us know what's the go there. Tinson says GYMBRO's app for gym membership, like training vids and how to use equipment. Man, 100%. I swear you work on the team. Because that's something we talked about. So because this equipment, because he's designed it, because Build HQ have designed it, and the way he designs it, so you can actually have different places where you load the plates, create, to create like a different resistance profile.
That Mike's coming, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can answer the question, bro. If we need this one. Yeah, what we're gonna do basically is we're actually gonna have QR codes on all the machines in the gym. And then so like because we want to have a few unique pieces as well. So everything you'll be able to scan on your phone, and it's gonna take you to a video, basically getting a tutorial of how to use each piece of equipment. So yeah, there's an answer there, bro.
Yep. And that's something that will set us apart as well. And I think it's necessary because if you've got so many different like ways to load the machine, really cool and like really unique offering as well. Especially if you're new to the gym, like you look at some of these machines and go, well, where the fuck do I put the weights? Like, what the hell? So that'll be really helpful.
Yeah, it's funny, like with the whole like we're gonna have a lot of the basics in the gym, but yeah, when people were saying about like the equipment that this dude designs and stuff with like the pivots and stuff, I've seen some kind of like gimmicky shit like that before. But like in terms of actually going and training at his gym and using the pieces that he's actually done, it's like a lot of the machines actually feel normal, and then they've just got an extra pivot. You know, some machines it's like if your weight's not on like the main one, like the rep feels all weird through the machine and shit. Like his stuff's really really damn good, eh? So yeah, we're gonna have some pretty cool stuff to really just take your training to the next level, eh? And just kind of model off like a lot of the style of like these big like American gyms, like bodybuilding gyms that are over in the States and stuff. Like really just have like a next level stuff that a lot of gyms don't. So Albro said lookalike com v3. I actually, first of all, Joyce said the hunt begins. He's searching Howie on Facebook. Good luck, bro. DM him all. You never know.
Yeah. Actually, did we get? Buzz said you didn't answer how planning gym full layout with signing a premises. Oh, you kind of just answered that actually.
Oh yeah, that was the one. Sorry, I read that just before and answered that.
Oh,
but
awesome.
yeah, basically, bro, we're basically designing around a 700-meter square floor plan. And then again, like whether we end up something bigger, something slightly smaller, we just adjust. Like it's no biggie for us to get our plans adjusted, you know. But the most important thing is
first.
Just have that. Like, so again, at the moment we're just waiting on our first draft back of the plan of the floor plan of all the pieces of equipment basically in the gym. So that's exciting. Albro lookalike comp V3. I think once we're full minted, we'll do it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So Justin JSM actually said that in reply. What a ledge, going through answering some questions. Cropit said GYMBRO coin. Coins rewarded for each $1 spent on clothing sup. Earn a coin by going to the gym. Probably not. I don't know. I don't like the idea of starting our own currency. I think that starts to get a bit like a bit dodge, you know? Even if it was like some in-game shit, I don't know. Like potentially in future, bro. Like again, we just want to make sure it's all above board and not and it's like the right thing for us to do. So like we've got enough stuff I think we're doing at the moment. But again, like we never say never. We're in a year's time we could end up doing something like that. So, but yeah, bro, I appreciate the suggestion anyway. Big Smoke said, who are the influencers going to be that we're collabing with? Can we ask? We don't want to say any names until we've got anything definite, because we don't want any pressure or like people from the community messaging or anything like that. So, and when are we having a Queensland meetup? That's a good question. We were keen to organize this like touch game at some stage. But again, I don't know.
It's crazy. Like time actually just is flown away. Hey, on that.
Yeah, it definitely.
We really wanted to do that, and like we still can. It's probably a good time now that it's winter. But yeah, it'd be a touch game, right? I think touch would be really good.
Yeah, I feel like maybe even like I don't know. I don't want to say any dates or anything now, but maybe once we're full minted, it might be better to do something like that. Like just when our community's even more big, you know, and then actually like
full mint party.
Yeah, and like actually kind of like make a but make an event of it, you know, instead of just like all these we just meet up at the park or whatever, but like actually turn it into a day of like and maybe we can have like the supplement testing on the fucking day for everyone for free and shit. Like just do it actually properly.
Yeah, that'd be good. Can you hear me, alright?
Yeah, I can hear you good, bro.
Beauty. All right, Adrian says, I know the first gym hasn't even been set up yet, but curious if there will ever be possibility of franchising abroad. UK has a big fitness scene. Yeah, it does. Man, it's actually just crazy to think. Like we always say, an expansion of the gyms is something that we're really like keen on. But yeah, like moving into the UK, pretty crazy thought, right? But yeah, man, if we can take it abroad, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely
I think with the model of like the gym we build, with like just how unique our style is, how exciting it is, it's like so new and stuff. Like, I believe we've got the perfect kind of thing to franchise out. Like it's I think we've definitely got some options there in the future. We're honestly like our answer is yes, we fucking would love to, but again, we just know we just got to get this first one right first, and basically like set the scene for anything else if we were to have that happening.
Yeah.
Tell me when to move back, and I'll quit my job and be on the team, says Tenson. So, bro, you keep going to keep chipping away with your real estate, brother. Not that we don't want you on the team. We like having you in the community, Tenson. Maybe if you want to, quit your real estate career and have a job at reception, we might have something for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Jay Serm said from Zaffington, has the team thought about reaching out to media in the fitness and technology space to increase hype? Miz?
Yeah, I mean, so the main thing at the moment, our focus has been clothing, because I think that's where we can get most of the like traction with like a real utility. And just the way things are, like so much shit is through like TikTok, and just people actually following people because of their first personal brand. So that's kind of our next push in terms of like marketing. But I know we've like thought about like fitness, whether it's like expos or like finding, whether it's like a magazine or like some other like fitness community. I do think that would be really good to have a connection there and be able to get our word out. But I think we're strengthened by actually having utility. So the more that we can actually show, I think the better our chances are at actually bringing people in and getting good connections with people. But I think the fitness industry is where we want to attack, obviously. So clothing is one thing, but then you're actually getting people that love their fitness and are into that. That's definitely an area we want to focus on. So yeah, it's something that we've actually got to start focusing on, I think, because I think obviously that's what we are. We're a fitness collection, and we need to really hone in on that, I think. So yeah, definitely something we need to start looking at. Probably need to pick our game up a little bit, I think, in relation to that, if I'm honest. Like, I'd love to have a good connection and a good reach through some sort of like, fitness body or like presence in the industry. But yeah, definitely something.
Yeah,
So I guess
we're definitely wearing a lot of hats at the moment, like because obviously we're trying to execute on all the utility, but I think just that alone, even like we've seen, we actually have been growing really well, and with our utility, like there's one thing with like marketing and stuff, but like we kind of haven't had utility ready. Like again, our clothing's the first utility that's ready, and we are ideally jumping on board with influencers or at least Facebook ads because it's like a medium which we can get cranking with the content we have around the clothes and stuff. But again, like Zeph, bro, like we're always open to any ideas and all that kind of stuff, bro. So like 100%. Just maybe like Zeph, I know like fuck, you're a big old whale, man. You've been fucking stacking some serious bros, and you're a big part of our community, and we all appreciate that. So maybe we can get a better way of communication with you instead of just through the Discord here, because no doubt you got a bit to offer, bro, and we're trying to take this brand next level. So like we're really focusing on building what our roadmap is and all the utility. But yeah, in terms of like if you've got any ideas or experience or anything, like I'm sure we could get in some better contact with you, bro, for sure.
I think that just feeds into the next questions too. Like, even said he says I work a couple full-time jobs in project delivery. Is there any way I can help make the brand grow? Yeah, like Free said, let's just get in touch, for sure.
And because it's only getting easier as well, like once our utility's coming out, and even like with the gym, I know that might not be out for a few months, but like, so we've got the clothing, but then to even be able to show like the 3D walkthrough in a couple of months, it is like, something really to show, which hasn't been done before. And I think it's going to really create a lot of, a lot of hype really around what we're doing. And not even just hype, but just like real insight into like, holy shit, they're actually doing this physical location that
is some substance, to
yeah,
what's behind us.
Yeah, definitely. So, bro, we'll definitely get some communication going there, and not on Discord as well. We'll actually sort it maybe like Telegram or something like that. So,
that's actually a good question. Just about, will there be any content created, like a price guide when we reach full mid? Definitely, we'll be giving you guys a pretty good rundown of what we think bros are worth, and how we come to that figure. Obviously, it's going to be up to you guys. You sell the bros for whatever you want, but we'll definitely be putting forward what we think the floor price should be at a minimum based on different inputs. So we'll definitely be doing that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like again, like we've kind of touched on, like I wouldn't like to see bros under $2,000 each. Once we've kind of detached from the price of ETH, because currently we're still, since we're not fully sold out, we're comparable to the 0.0707 ETH. But yeah, once like everything's up and cranking, like clothing's pumping, the gym's getting close, it's really just where our community sets that price. And you're always going to get people that will just be like, oh fuck, like, well, the floor price is like $1,500, $1,000. I bought my gym bro for like $90, but I'll could get a quick sale for like 600 or whatever. We'll probably have a few people filtering out like that. But again, like it's just a part of it. Like we'll have that guide there, but again, like there will just be people that will want to cash out on the way up, which again we'll probably have to expect. But in terms of, I think, our core community, it will definitely do our best to even just to everyone just get what we think the bros should be worth, like give like a kind of pencil figure, and then hopefully everyone can kind of commit to that and not sell anything cheaper.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like there's 10,000, but 10,000 is not a lot when you consider how big the fitness industry is and what the brand can be. So I mean, there's easily a situation where like there's 10,000 people holding one bro each, even though it would never practically happen. Like there's just so many. It's just such a big industry. There's so many people involved in so many different areas. Like as time goes on and as we get the name out there, there's just going to be more and more buyers coming in, and it should get to the point, where it's actually really hard to get a bro because they're just too expensive, because the distribution is so wide, and we got lots of holders. So, like Frizzy said, there'll be a sell-off as the price goes up. That's only natural, and people will want to take some profits, which is fair. But I think once it stabilizes, and we'll definitely be setting a price where we think all should be at as a minimum. So,
yeah. And I think another good thing to even remember, guys, as well, is like, because we did the Gym Bros buyback incentive for those 1,000 bros. That's the 1,000 bros off the market, until any later date, which words give a lot of heads up on and have a plan of how we're going to slowly release those bros to potentially fund, like something new in the future. But again, that's already 1,000 bros off the market. So I think unlike a lot of other collections, it's kind of like there's like 9,000 bros, not 10,000 too. So
true.
And again, I even think because like when we did launch, we got a lot of like just people, really hyped on the NFT space and had no idea kind of what they're doing and stuff. We did get a few people like that in. So who knows as well, even like potentially how many people might have lost their like wallet, their logins and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just going to be interesting. Again, we're just going to see and it's all a part of the journey as well. Like seeing the floor price and what happens. Like for me, I'm just really excited to see once we've sold out what that floor price does. Again, like I know there might be periods where it might not fully represent the value of what you get with the Gym Bros, where people might undercut it or not going to get too obsessed on it. But as long as we're just providing all the utility and value that we've planned to, I think it's only going to go up, and we'll try communicate what we think that should be as well.
Yep, definitely. Got one more question from Lukey. Would you bros hold fitness retreats in different states?
Yeah, we're
that'd be really cool.
We're gonna do like a yacht party in every single state that we can. So we're gonna start with Queensland for the first yacht party, and then and if you own a bro, you get on the yacht for the yacht party every year. So
damn, I missed that meeting.
Sorry, it's in the metaverse, by the way. I didn't say. Sorry, Mez, answer the question. I saw some talk of a yacht party on I think Joe must have said about a yacht party. I just took it and ran. But no, sorry, bro. That was a good question, actually. You want to answer that?
Do I want to answer it? Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like we won't say no, but we won't say yes either. It's not something that we're like you mentioning that is the first time we've thought about it. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. It kind of sounds like a cool idea, but
I don't know if like it would even have to be a retreat as such. You could do like a Gym Bros kind of like meetup almost, and then you do something like, I don't know if like you guys know like Tough Mudder and stuff like that, like a meetup, and then kind of do a big event like that. Necessarily wouldn't require like much capital from us to kind of set up, but it just means all you guys that are local to each other could catch up and do something cool fitness related. So it's actually a pretty sick idea.
Bro,
it wouldn't be too hard to organise.
The guy suggested a nice relaxing retreat, and you've just come up with Tough Mudder.
Nah, it's not going to be enough. Nah, it's a fitness retreat. It's not a spa. It's not.
Oh man, yeah. No, fair point. We're definitely with the gym guys. We want to do like events and stuff with the gym, like big cold plunge events, and maybe like some freaking like powerlifting meets and stuff like that. So again, like
cool.
maybe we can have like a Gold Coast retreat, because like we do have a lot of holders that aren't from Goldies, so it'd be cool to maybe organize something, see if we could like host something big at the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah. That's kind of the end of the questions. So I think at this stage, given the time, I don't think we have live Q&A because we're running at 2 hours 10. Actually, almost 2.5 hours if you were here for the spins. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, no, I think so, bro. I think I think definitely it's been a good fucking solid time in here. Got through like most of the question. I mean, pretty much every question I think we got through. So if any of you guys have answered it, because we're looking through the AMA thing, but I see we've got the chat here as well. We tried to answer some chat ones, but if any of you guys do ever have any questions, chuck it in the chat whenever. Tag us. Like we're here to answer all you guys' questions. If ever you got any doubts, concerns, message Jason and say that to him. You know, like we don't want any like weird FUD or anything in the chat or anything where it's just like we've had it a couple of times. And like I get it, we're like we got a lot of different people in here with different concerns, queries, expectations, anything like that. But if ever something's like genuinely concerning you, feel free to reach out to one of us and like clarify anything at any point. Because again, like our chat, we want to, again, we're trying to like, we're doing some fucking crazy stuff here, and we want to keep that excitement and that vibe there, you know. So, but yeah, like I said, we're open books. Like we're free to answer anything, even if it's just a private DM, or if it's public. We actually prefer answering publicly in the Discord because more people then get to see that question and then the answer. But yeah, just like we're always here, guys. Like Discord for us, Discord, like obviously it's the hub of our community. It's not like our business. We're essentially running like 3 to 4 businesses, kind of like on the behind all of this. Discord's that where our community's built, where we hang out, where we have a good time. But like again, it is that point of contact as well for us. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, keep it just chuck in the chat, tag any one of us. Usually Justin's got all the answers as well, JSerm. So and while we're here publicly, guys, massive shout out to JSerm,
Yeah, for sure.
He's been working for GYMBROs for probably coming up 6 months now, Miz?
Yep.
I'd say about 6 months.
Pretty close.
Honestly, hasn't missed a beat. Always keeps us updated with things. He's the community manager here in the Discord, and is always just here for everyone, helps everyone. It just goes above and beyond. Logistically organizes so much. Like the wheels might look simple when we run these wheels. That's Justin's always manually entering and building these wheels, and doing so much more.
And then collecting wallets and making sure I've sent all the bros back and forward and chasing me up and stuff.
Yeah, definitely all of that. Replying to Instagram DMs as well. Man's a fucking legend. So, Jason, bro, we just want to say thank you. We know you're here listening. You might have your little one there. You might not be sleeping, brother. I don't know, but we're actually doing a team. We've got Mux coming up from Melbourne next week, so we're actually doing a team. What do you call it, bro? When teams do shit together?
I'm not going to call it team building.
Team building.
Just like an event, just like a staff event. Work. Yeah, just catch up, basically.
A little staff event. Going to the driving range. Gonna probably have some training sessions and stuff. And
the old Top Golf.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Top Golf. So that's kind of cool. But Justin, we just want to say we appreciate you,
thanks, brother.
And the whole community does. I seen Cropit was typing it, and maybe it was yesterday or something. I saw we all gave props as well. And it's cool as well when you guys recognize, Justin's work. Obviously, he's paid to do everything he does, but he goes above and beyond, man. And he's, again, like anything in life, like money or earning income is one thing, but like we know Justin's here, like whether he's earning that money or not, like that's how we all feel about this. Like we're all that passionate about everything we've got here. Don't worry, Justin, we're gonna keep paying you, bro. But no, we're like this shit is more than money for us. We want to see this. Obviously, there is that huge money involved in everything we're doing. Like it kind of keeps everything running. We want all the GYMBROs to be worth a shit ton of money for you guys who are here. There is that, but that comes as a result of the passion behind this, which is separate to the money. It's the passion of seeing something built here that's never been done before, something that's a world first, something that is fun, and we're all just on the same page with and passionate about growing. So, sorry for my little ramble. I just fucking thought I'd chuck that in. But we really appreciate it, and the whole community does as well. And even just us as the team, we appreciate all of you guys in the community. GYMBROs, again, you guys hear the heartbeat of our community when people are seeing kind of on the surface and they're finally like they've seen a million Instagram posts and like, all right, I'll actually go into the Discord and finally see what's up. and then they see everyone chatting in here. We kind of feel like a family, you know, like we've got a good, probably core group of like 50 of us who are always here in the Discord chatting and having some really good vibes. Like to new people coming in, that is so amazing. You know, like so many NFT collections since we launched. Their Discords are dead, their announcements are dead. They're not update. Like a lot of it has, you know, gone to shit. For us, we were always. This is like we've always said, and it sounds cliche. It's long term, but like I hope that we've, as well as a team, showed to you guys how committed we all are to this as well. You know, that's why we do the weekly giveaways. That's like, again, these are things we thought about in our roadmap before we launched GYMBROs. We're like, how do we keep this a consistent thing so there's always, you know, good incentives, good benefits, good community building stuff that we can keep this pushing. Like, and again, like it's just, you know, I think we're doing really fucking well. Like, so I think we should all give ourselves a pat on the back, everyone here listening, because, you know, the way we're moving right now, it's pretty damn awesome. And, you know, we can all thank each other and everyone here for that, I think. So yeah, that's my DNM tonight with you guys.
Man, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the DNM. It's not the same without a Freezy DNM.
Big freeze.
But no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Ocean, bro. What are you still doing up, man? He says it's almost midnight here in New Zealand. Mrs.
Yeah, we're going on 2.5 hours, guys.
Yeah, this is we were supposed to end this at 9. We've gone an extra hour almost.
I was very ambitious, saying 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, is it too late to announce? Is it too late to announce this new incentive, Miss?
Well, no. Well, everyone's online, so it's probably best.
Yeah, fuck it. Just you got that announcement ready. Just get her up.
Get her up, boys. But yeah, otherwise, like, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I think I didn't get the total numbers. I didn't see what our peak numbers were. Maybe Jay picked up on that. I'm not sure, but that'd be cool to know. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and sticking around. Good 2.5 hour session there. But yeah, we got heaps of stuff coming up, like we said. So yeah, we're just keen to keep you guys in the loop and actually deliver stuff. And man, it's going to be amazing getting the clothes back in for the first time and everyone getting their gear, and then, you know, off we go from there. So
yeah,
very exciting. And again, like Free said, thanks to everyone for just being a part of it, getting amongst it.
Yeah. One last thing too, I saw a couple of separate comments asking about a certain colorway of the clothes, but I will neither confirm nor deny whether this was one of the organized colorways for some of our future drops coming. No, it's not bright green, Tintin.
Bright green could be the tiered.
Maybe
tiered shorts, bright green. Let's go.
Bright green diamond whale hoodie for the diamond whales. Oh, you guys, we're working on a diamond whale. Oh fuck, is that have we publicly said that?
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Cool.
We didn't publicly say it. People suggested it. And I said we'd look into it, but I guess we just didn't.
Oh, shit. Breezy!
My bad.
We almost made it through, man.
I always say something that I'm not supposed to.
Amazing. All right, guys, I'm posting up this announcement. We're probably going to cut the AMA here and just turn this back to voice chat. So there'll be lots of people in here if anyone wants to stick around and keep talking. But yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm going to get this announcement up. I've literally got it here. So as soon as we cut this, I'll get this announcement up. So we got anything else to say, Freezy, or are we good to go?
We're good to go, bro. Justin, you got anything to say, bro?
No, I'm all good. That was a good AMA.
It's a bit hard to chime in right at the death when you just been chilling the whole time, eh?
Yeah. You're in full listening mode. We probably said everything, but yeah, shout out to all you guys here who are here tonight. And I hope we can really remember these times too as we look back to these AMAs, you know, in a few years' time and be like, whoa, remember when we were talking about the building the gym, when, you know, we'll be looking back and the gym's already built and stuff. And like, you know, these moments now are such a foundation to the story of GYMBROs as a whole. And if you're here now, that's like, that's something pretty special. So again, thanks for you guys for all the belief and just everything. So yeah, we're gonna end it here and get this announcement up, eh?
Ready.
Yeah, but big things coming over the next few months. We're going to keep you guys posted with everything. And as always, any questions, hit us on the Discord.
Legends. All right.
Good
night, everyone.